Hello, Universus Fighters! The King of Fighters decks have hit the UK and people are having a lot of fun with Team Hero and Team Rival. You guys have been gracious enough to send me a copy of Team Hero and Team Rival to take a look at, as well as hopefully pull one of these amazing art characters that were showcased and look absolutely amazing. I have had my own boxes and I was lucky enough to get myself an alt art Benimaru, so here's hoping I can get a couple more heroes to go along with them. And I even got the Team Hero playmat. So, as much as I love my Lunch playmat, let's give it a little bit of an upgrade. There we go, we have been upgraded with Shuni, Benimaru, and the absolutely amazing Matinkun. So, let's get into these packs. Let's have a look at Team Hero, Team Rival. The decks have already been previewed, so I won't be going too much into them. I'll talk a little bit about what they're designed to do, why these are great for King of Fighters fans and Universus fans alike, and if you're new to the game, why this is a great jumping on point. The Challenger decks are pre-constructed decks of 60 cards coming with 3 characters, and they both of these have their different game plans, but are both designed to do some very cool thematic things for their teams. Each one also comes with a collector's play pack, which has 6 all foil cards in there, 5 parallel foils, and 1 alt art is what I've experienced. I haven't had one that's got 6 parallel foils in there yet, so I'm assuming that you always get an alternate art card, whether it's a character or an attack. Now, there are many cool ways to open these. They've got the lovely strip along the back top, but personally, I like to just give a little tuck so that the box kind of stays a bit more pristine for my display behind me. As you see, and it's not going to work this time, so let's give it a quick. If I rip it on the bottom, it can be a bit more cheekily sealed, and I can then also display it quite nicely behind me. Team Rival, this is the one that we got to reveal. You get 3 points just for buying the product, and if you are looking to get started, the QR code from this I'll have up on the screen. You can scan it, it'll take you to all the resources you need in order to get started, get going. So let's start off with the collector booster. There is a pack trick to this, as the alternate arts are in the middle. So let's take the 2, move them to the front. Well, let's take a look at what we pull. Makura Naj, Team Rival 15, Sleepyhead, Thruster Vision Under, Hidden Motives with the amazing Dolores. Oh! No way! Did we get the Shun E amped up illusionist from the UVS King of Fighters box? Let's go! Oh, welcome to the party, pal. That is. Oh, I need to get a sleeve. Mike Hardiman, there's his shout out. I said, if you put one of these, I want it, and then managed to get one at locals. So now I just gotta take a picture of it to send to him. So I showed these to Mike, and here's what you absolute lucky git. And yeah, no, I am. I got 2 of Team Hero, which is kind of hilarious. Do I want to go for the Potemkin as well? Possibly. Get the trifecta. It'd be really cool, but at the same time, money. But anyway. Each pack comes with 3 characters, a 60 card legal deck, and a book on how to play, as well as a collection bonus. So at the beginning we have how to play, the win condition, turn overview, turn sequencing, playing of cards, attack sequencing, blocking, a brief FAQ. So depending on which one you get, the collector book is the exact same. So we'll go to Team Rival. You have the 3 Team Rival characters, and you have 1 of each to attract it. 3 of the Team Rival assets, 2 Assault Saber, 4 Fill-In, 2 Hadir, and this allows you to keep track of essentially what you need to have a playset of each, as well as then also showcasing what is in the collector's booster. So in your collector's booster, you're guaranteed to get 1 alt art rare or higher, 2 foil commons or uncommons, 3 foil commons, and then you can also track here. So you can see you've got Shunli, Metemkin, and Benny Maru, 2 of which I now own, which is absolutely hilarious. And then in terms of all arts, you've got the rare and ultra rare attacks being all arted, and then the rest are all parallel foils. Hadir being one of the really cool ones. I'm hoping to get a playset of those because Hadir is possibly my favourite attack from here. So let's get into what comes in the deck. So the 3 characters you get at, let's get the sleeves up, Isla, Dolores, and Hydern. Isla is a 7 hand size 22 health character. Dolores is 5 hand size 36, and Hydern is a 30 health 6 hand size. Each of these characters cares about controlling the pace of your opponent's game. It's about sealing what your opponent has access to, sealing their stage, sealing the characters, interacting with their board, and slowing down the pace of the game and kind of being in control of what is going down. Isla, during your turn, be able to seal their side or to seal opponent's foundations, and then committing to make your check easier, allows you to take away your opponent's defensive resources and then come in with a massive swing to basically finish off the game. Dolores has the ability to cancel blitz effects, essentially turning attacks off and then destroying 3 foundations to ready up, as well as once per turn, look at the top 2 cards of their deck and play one as a form, ignoring progressive. This means that she is a fake 5-hander and able to utilize some really cool synergies with her ultra rare, as well as other cards to stack the top of your deck and play very powerful cards. With no progressive difficulty and some very cool synergy. And Hydern is all about that mid-game progression, adding that additional stress, being able to play attacks, have the first one not count towards progressive, allowing you to play more attacks. And once you get that 3rd attack in your card pool, you're able to start picking apart your opponent's hand, forcing them to discard all no attacks, saying you need to block with your attacks, meaning that your sculpted hand is going to get worse. Very cool, really cool to see. And this is followed on from by the strategy within their attacks. Assault Saber, if there are 2 or more attacks in your card pool, draw a card, discard a card, allowing you to loot, allowing you to essentially get some really cool power. It has stun on face. It's a 3 low for 5 on a 4 cost that gets +1 speed if you're playing Hydern, and if it's the second attack you've played, you get to. If the second attack you've got in your card pool, you get to draw a card at blitz speed. Hyder is amazing. It's a 2 high block, breaker 2, 4 low for 5, with a card pool response that works offensively or defensively. Spend the momentum after another attack resolves, add it to the top of its owner's deck, allowing you to trigger Dolores' form, but also making your opponent's checks worse. If you can stockpile a load of momentum, you can essentially turn off your opponent's next turn. Turn off your opponent's turn by saying you're checking poorly, and then also going, but even if you don't waste the checks now, I'm going to waste them on my turn. I will not allow you to redraw those. Hydern End is an EX2 free mid for 7 that has spent momentum. Your opponent reveals their hand. Discard all attacks revealed this way. Your rival draws 1 card for each card discarded this way. And after this attack is blocked, you commit seal 1 rival foundation, allowing you to seal them up. But if you play this as your 3rd card, you get your opponent to reveal a hand. They discard all attacks. They then fill their hand back up, and then you go, cool, this is the 3rd card in my card pool. Let's reveal your hand and get rid of all non-attacks. So you're immediately getting additional synergy there. You made them discard their entire hand. You've essentially forced them to discard their entire hand, and if they drew foundations from the Hydern End, they immediately discard them with the Hydern ability. It's really cool synergy to see, and I'm really excited to see how this deck plays. I'm going to try and get some games in with Cameron on the UK Versus podcast. Nesh a 2/5 throw for 5. Add 1 foundation from your stage to the top of your deck. This attack gets +3 damage. So you're making it a 2 high for 8. That says my next check also gets to pass. Absolutely solid move. Scribe. I do have an alt art scribe, which is really cool to see as well. Alt art scribe. This is a breaker 1 mid block. Response after you play this card, if your rival has 10 or more foundations, seal 2 rival foundations, and then this attack is +1 damage for each of your rival's sealed foundations. So if you put this in with things like I Know and other characters, you're able to make this a very powerful attack. On a 4 diff, being able to get this into double digits of damage allows you to play in a later part of the string and really pop off. I'm really hyped about trying to make Scribe work, especially in characters like I Know, who are looking to seal all the time. Make my attack harder to deal with, or seal 1 foundation and feed into my Scribe. Wild Style is a 5 diff 2 low block, 3 high for 7 damage, powerful 2 with Blitz, seal 1 rival foundation. This attack gets +1 speed for each of your rival's sealed foundations. Your next check to play an ally gets +1. If your rival has 3 or more sealed cards, it gets +2 instead. So with things like Scribe, you get to go, cool, +1, +2 to my check, makes this easier to play, leaving up defensive resources. Absolutely solid, and these rares and ultra rares are really powerful and really thematic for what Team Rival are trying to do. Control the pace of the game, control the state of the game, force your opponent into making bad decisions and reducing their defensive resources into nothing. These challenge decks are a sort of starter deck product, and that is what they are designed, and this is what they're designed to do. The rest of the deck kind of follows suit as well. It's kind of designed to do, allowing players to get an aspect of what controlling Universus is like. Being able to seal my opponent's board, mess with their attacks, mess with their checks using Breaker. Team Rivals is a great introduction to how controlling Universus is played. For anyone who is new to the game or coming from another game and looking to see how control in Universus differs from other TCGs. We have the Team Rival asset, unique ally. Your attack gets +1 damage for each of your rival's sealed foundations, maximum 2, and then sacrifice. After your attack deals damage, it does not count towards progressive this turn. So you can give an attack 2 damage, and if you're looking to get a string, if you're looking to that high durability, if you're looking to string out and not use too many defensive resources, that is what Team Rival does. Next we have built in a powerful 2/5 mid for 5. Your rival seals 1 face-up card in their stage. They cannot seal a card that's already sealed, which means if they do not have a viable target, if they do not have a face-up card in their stage that isn't their character, they are forced to seal their character off a common attack. That is so cool. With how many flip effect foundations we now have, with all the foundation control going on, built in seems like an absolutely nasty piece of tech kit to force your opponent into making bad decisions. Hilzuni applies pressure to your opponent is a 4-cost 4 mid for 4 that says if it deals damage, your rival has to seal a foundation. They do not want this to deal damage unless the stage is already sealed, but knowing that this plays into what you're looking to do can really hurt. Stormbringer! Stormbringer is a 2 low for 3 on a 4 diff, which means it should have some very cool abilities, and this one is one of my favourites as a life attuned card and a throw. After this attack deals damage, gain health equal to the damage dealt, maximum 4. So if you can get this 1 damage and it doesn't get blocked, you get 4 damage. If you can get this to 8 damage and it still deals damage as half being a throw, you gain 4 health back. This is really cool, and I do like seeing more health gain joining the game. Moving into our foundations, these are designed to help us control the pace of the game. Like I said, this is the way it goes. Healing lets us stay in the game longer, control our opponent's defensive resources, punishing them for not blocking, punishing them for blocking It's all part of the game. Amanda's help. Flip after an attack deals damage, seal one rival foundation. This does not say non-throw, so the throws in the deck will trigger, and if you can trigger this with a Hilzuni, you can seal 2 rival foundations, and if you're running things like Megalomania, that gets to pop off, and then you can also go in. Then you can also go in with the other attacks that allow you to increase what the check's going to be. If you've got 2 or more, you get to do some really cool synergies sealing around. Drips is one of my favorites. I do love a 1 diff foundation that says this attack gets -2 speed. Committing for -2 speed is a staple of Universus products. It is something that you see pretty much in every single set. There are some that have some extra connotations or abilities on them, but committing for -2 speed is a staple in Universus products, and it's really cool to see here that this 1 diff foundation just gets to go, yeah, I'm going to give you -2 speed, and I'm going to be able to block this. Graffiti Artist, 2 diff tenacious. Flip after you seal 1 or more rival foundations, ready this card. So if your attack deals damage, you can use Amanda's help to seal a foundation, then use Graffiti Artist to ready up, continue your string, and just again getting rewarded for sealing your opponent's foundations, reducing their defensive force while increasing your offensive capabilities is what Team Rival is looking to do. Hidden Motives is a 1 difficulty tenacious response. After a foundation is committed due to a rival effect, ready 1 other foundation that has not been ready this combat phase. So if you are stunned, you get to ready up more foundations. So if Hidden Motives is committed due to stun, I can ready up Drips and give this attack or the next attack -2 speed, as the enhanced can be used once per attack. Holy Soil is another Dolores foundation. Sacrifice this attack gets +3 damage. If there is a sealed card, if your rival has a sealed foundation in their stage, this ability is tenacious, so you get to sack it once it's been used, and then pop off with 3 damage. Chucking it on a throw will mean that you get to do some serious damage. Investigating Verse, a 1 diff form speed flip draw a card. I've come around to this form speed drawing, especially if you're running things like Hyder, which allows you to put an attack on top of your deck. You get to go, cool, I'll now draw that card at form speed. You're not going to get into it. I'm going to get that attack back. And because you've got that because all of Team Rival is about sealing, you're going to be able to meet that seal condition, because Investigating Verse can only be used if a rival foundation has been sealed. Ready to Sortie, 2 diff, 2 low block. Sacrifice 1 foundation. This attack gets +1 damage. If you have sealed a rival foundation this combat phase, get 1 speed instead. Sacrifice 1 foundation for +1 speed, +1 damage. Is great value in this game, and I am so excited to see how this is going to be abused, because it is on Void Attune, so you can chuck this in a Death deck, which has great synergies with sending stuff to the discard during your turn, or even with Enormous Axe, which allows it to rebuild itself in. Weapons Clash, which you can flip to build a face down foundation committed that you can then sacrifice to this and go, now my attack's got +1/+1. It's harder for you to deal with, and it's going to be hitting you harder, and that is what we're looking to do. Last 2 cards, we have the Revered Hermit. This is not Cameron himself, UVS Hermit. This is the 2-cost foundation. Rival's Turn, Tenacious. Add this to your hand, gain 1 health, and if your hand size is 5 or less, build the top card of your deck committed. This is a great way of getting around your opponents trying to stack the top of your deck. Characters like Krista go, I'm going to put an attack on top of your deck. Cool, I'm going to add this back to my hand, and I'm going to build the top card of my deck committed and gain a health. Give me a 2-block mod, give me a mid block as well, which will allow me to do some serious blocking. And then we have the Unit Commander, a great one again to play with Hyder and other cards that allow you to sculpt the top card of your decks. A 3 difficulty form, flip, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add all allies revealed this way to your hand, and then discard the rest. So again, Team Rival is about utilizing your own strengths, controlling the pace of the game, sealing and discarding and taking away your opponent's defensive resources, and then utilizing that synergy, utilizing that momentum of your opponent having nothing to stop you by punching them in the face and punching them in the face repeatedly, making your checks easier. Rearranging the top of your deck, increasing your offensive output because you've reduced your opponent's defensive capabilities. This is a cool synergistic strategy that I'm very excited to see how it will play against the other challenger decks. So this is Team Rival, and Team Rival is the one I'm most hyped for in terms of the seal deck, but Team Hero does some very cool things with momentum. So let's head over to Team Hero.